Hello, my dear students. Hope you all are doing well. I welcome you all for your English online class. Children, kindly follow the below mentioned instructions. Use earphone or headphone for a better learning experience. Keep a notebook and a pen handy to make notes. Read the text on the screen. Sit at a quiet place. You may pause the video till you get ready to resume or when you have to make a note of important points. Students' topic for today is letter writing. What is letter writing? The exchange of written or printed communication. Writing letters is considered to be an easy thing to do, but very few really write good letters. A good letter should follow all the rules of good conversation and good composition. Definition of letter writing. Letter is a written message. We write a letter to persons who are far away from us. We want to convey our message to them in a clear and forceful manner. Types of letters. Children, there are types of letters. So the first is personal letters. What are personal letters? Personal letters, social letters, informal letters. So letters written to relatives and friends, for example, invitations are known as personal letters. Okay, invitations or etc. Business letters. Business letters, formal letters are written by the traders, firms, companies, etc. for business purposes. For example, leave letter, ordering letter, etc. What is official letters? Letter of application, letter to government officials, letter to newspapers, job applications, recommendation letter, reference letter, termination letter, etc. are all termed as official letters. So children, today we will learn formal letter. What is formal letter? Okay. So formal letter, now there are few questions which comes to our mind, that when do we write a formal letter? To whom do we write formal letters? For what purpose do we write these letters? Okay. So there are few questions which comes to our mind, that when do we write, to whom do we write, and for what purpose do we write these letters for? So children, the components of letter is the writer address, the date and inside address for the recipient, a salutation, the body of the letter, a complimentary clause, the writer's sign and type name. See, these are the components to be written in the formal letter. So formal letters, what did I tell you? You write to someone you don't know personally, correct? So we write formal letters to them, and these are the components which we need to keep in our mind. Children, letters are written in two formats, that is full block format and semi block format. But then we need not write the letters in semi block format, we will only write the letters in full block format. I will also show you how semi block format is written, but then that is for your information. You will never ever use semi block format, children. You will only write letter whether it is a personal letter, whether it is an official letter, formal letter, informal letter. You have to write it in full block format only. Clear? See children, this is the full block format, wherein the entire, the address, the salutation, the content of the letter, then followed by the signatures and all, everything is written on the left hand side of the page in a very proper block format. So hence it is known as full block format. Now semi block format is address is written on the right hand side, then the person to whom you are writing the letter, their address comes on the left hand side, then the subject is there, then the body of the letter is there, then again your signature comes on the right hand side of the page. This is the semi block format, children, but then you will not use this format while writing the letter. You will only use this format, children, full block only. Okay, very good. See, the layout of the letter I have also shown you. First I have shown how full block and semi block is written. Okay, so this is the layout. See, the right hand side I have shown the full block format, and the left hand side I have shown you the semi block format. Clear? So some other types of letters are being direct or indirect. Good news message. When we write a good news message, children, we should use the direct approach. Start your letter with the news the reader wants to hear. Don't postpone the opportunity to put your reader in the right frame of mind. Then provide any relevant supporting details, explanations, or commentary. When we write a bad news message, children, we have to use indirect approach. Start your letter with pleasant, positive words designed to put your reader in a good frame of mind. Explain the situation, and on a positive, upbeat note. Okay, so this is the type how you need to write good news letter and bad news letter. There are other forms of letters also, children, that is follow-up letters. What is a follow-up letter now? A follow-up letter is a combination of thank you note and sometimes inquiry. When we are inquiring about something and the opposite person is not replying, then we write again a letter. So that letter is known as a follow-up letter. So it can be in the form of inquiry, that the other day I asked you about this inquiry, I have not got any reply from you. Okay, and it can even be that thank you so much for the relevant information of whatever you have given, or whatever the letter is all about, right? Now let's see the complaint letters. See, whenever you write a complaint letter, children, you should never send a nasty letter. You should never do that. Avoid the following. What to avoid? Name calling. You cannot write the name of the person. You cannot call the person by its name. You should not insult them. Anger should not be there. Clip art should not be there. Intimidating type fonts, for example, all capital letters should not be there. Sarcasm, threats, unflattering, all these things should not be there while you are writing the letter, because children, letters are the what we call it as a proof. If we make someone feel offended, they may even take your letter as a proof of insulting them. So you should never ever, first of all, you should never insult anyone or make them feel offended. But then especially while writing the letter, even though you are angry on someone, you should not use these types of things. Okay, now complete block format. The main characteristics are left aligned. Everything should be on the left hand side of the page, hence it is left aligned. No punctuation mark except body. Leave one line between two paragraphs. Clear? So this is how you have to write complete block format. You have to leave one line after each paragraph. So how to write? First you need to write writer's address, then the recipient address, then the salutation, then the body of the letter, a complimentary clause, then writer's signed. Okay, signature of the one who is writing the letter. Children, these are the few abbreviations you need to remember. See, for example, even you are not using these abbreviations, but then someone is sending you a letter, so you should be aware. You should not call them and ask, what do you mean by ASAP? I did not understand. The opposite person will think that what kind of person he or she is. They don't even know the meaning of abbreviations. I mean, they don't even know the full form of the abbreviation. So the following abbreviations are widely used in letters: ASAP, that is ASAP, which means as soon as possible. CC means carbon copy. When you send a copy of a letter to more than one person, you use this abbreviation to let them know that there's not only one person who's involved in this letter, but then there are more people involved. Okay. ENC, and there's a full stop after that, so which means enclosure. When you include other papers with your letter, you use the word ENC and put a full stop there. Okay. Then PP, that is per procuration. So it is a Latin phrase, children, meaning that you are signing the letter on somebody else's behalf if they are not there to sign it themselves, etc. So how do we pronounce PP? Per procurationem. Okay. Then PS. PS is postscript. So when to use this PS? When you want to add something after you have finished and signed it. Then comes PTO. It is an informal abbreviation, which means please turn over, to make sure that the other person knows the letter continues on the other side of the page. RSVP, that is please reply. Okay. So children, let's have a quick recap of what we have learned today. So who will tell me that what is letter writing? Yes, please tell me. Yes, correct. Letter writing is an important channel of communication between two people who are geographically distant from one another. Very good. Now tell me, what are two types of letters? Yes, you tell me. Yeah, correct. Very good. The two types of letters are formal letters and informal letters. Very good, children. So let us practice it through an example. Write an application to your school HM requesting her to grant you leave and also mention the reason. So what you have to do is, you have to write an application to your school HM. Okay. So I'm beginning with writing the address of a school. To the headmistress, NTCC High School, Malvani, Malad West, Mumbai 400095. The subject of the letter is application requesting for leave, or you can also mention just leave application. Okay. Any one of these two are correct. Okay. So respected madam, I am Suman Shah, studying in class 7th A, and I am writing this letter requesting you to grant me leave for 8 days. Okay. She is asking to grant leave for 8 days. My mother is suffering from high fever. There is no one to look after her. My father is out of station. The doctor has advised her complete bed rest for 8 days. Hence, I will be taking care of her. Madam, I cannot attend the classes because there is no way out. So, in a very simple English, I have explained that, madam, my mother is not keeping well and there is no one in the family to take care of her, and she is suffering from high fever. Hence, doctor has advised her to take complete bed rest for 8 days. So, I am left with no other option and I have to stay with my mama. Okay. So, therefore, I request you to kindly grant me leave for 8 days, that is from July 27 to August 3. I shall be greatly obliged to you for this. So then she is mentioning, then I am mentioning the date, that from this particular date to this particular date I want leave. So, and I will be very obliged to you for this. So in short, I am asking that please grant me leave, and I will be very obliged if you accept this application. Then thanking you, yours obediently, Suman Shah, roll number 9, class 7. So this is the simplest way of writing letters. Okay, children, use simple English with proper grammatical sentences. Clear? Here comes the home assignment, children. So the home assignment question is, you are Nirmal / Nirmala. So the guys will be having a name. The boys, all the boys present, your name is Nirmal. You have to write a letter saying that I am Nirmal, and the girls will be Nirmala. ठीक है? A student of government high school. So the boy's name is Nirmal and the girl's name is Nirmala, and you all are the student of government high school which is located in Gurgaon. Write an application to the principal of your school requesting him or her to allow you fee concession. So I want you to write this home assignment, okay, and it is to be written in full block format only, and write it in your English grammar notebook, children, because this is writing skills, right? You need not write it in your English notebook. Clear? Here comes the activity part, children. As the objective of each lecture of English is what we want to improvise our English, and we want to learn when it comes to prose or poem, so we get moral values, and plus the we want to improvise our English, right? So we have adopted one activity, not one, two, that is one is spoon feeding and the second is quite challenging. The spoon feeding is like teacher is going to give you words, right, give you meanings for it. You just need to frame sentences in your own words. And activity 2 is quite challenging, wherein you need to search for new words, search meaning for it, and then frame sentences in your own words, right? But believe you me, student, this is going to help you a lot. This is going to benefit you, because once, twice, thrice, 10 times you may make mistake, but the 11th time when you frame sentences, you will be very perfect with your grammar. When you speak, you will have that confidence of speaking fluently and confidently, plus your vocabulary will improve. Correct? So let's discuss the words. Trembled means shake, adjudge means consider or declare, grinding means crush or grate. So you need to frame sentences for the words like trembled, adjudge and grinding. Okay. So children, we are done with today's lecture. In our upcoming lecture, we will learn the same topic, letter writing, but in letter writing we will see informal letters. Today we have learned formal letters, right? So in our upcoming lecture, we will learn informal letters. Thank you so much, my dear students, for your time and attention. Stay healthy, stay safe. God bless you all. Have a great day. Bye-bye.